looking at these sticks. So what I want you to do is I want you to pick up a stick. And I want you, number one, to always keep safe. So keep safety in mind with these sticks. But I want you to start to drop the stick on the floor. What you're going to be doing is exploring the properties of this stick. Just like you explored and studied and observed the character portrait, you're observing the stick. You're observing the stick, what it can do. You're not necessarily going to play with the stick, but you're going to focus on its texture, its properties, its size, its color, its function, its purpose. You can throw it on the floor to see how it sounds like. How does it hit the floor? Its shape, how it moves, how strong or weak it is, how rigid or soft it is. As we're exploring the stick, just like we explored the character portraits, you're going to observe the stick, you're going to bounce the stick on the floor, you're going to observe its texture, its shape, how does it sound when it bangs on the floor. You're examining and exploring the stick. The same way how you examine and explore your character's body portrait is the same way how you're examining this stick. You're exploring its properties. You're thinking about the stick. Now start to work towards adopting the stick, becoming a stick. Explore becoming and being the stick. We're exploring stickness. Stickness. You're educating your body to know how to move like a stick. And if your stick was to move, how would it move? And as you start to explore that, you can put your stick down and really start to embody the stick and move like a stick. How you think the stick would move. You're embodying stickness. Stick. Just as you were bouncing the stick on the floor, how would you do that? Notice how rigid the stick is. You're imitating the stick, its stiffness and rigid ways of moving. Focusing on the image of the stick as you move as the stick. And slowly allow the stiff and rigid movements made by the body to soften a little bit on the outside. And let the stiffness slowly fall from the physical body, but continue to move like a stick inwardly. So this is veiling. Do various activities that are real and practical. Sit, walk, pick up objects, put things down while focusing on the imaginary body of the stick inwardly. So outwardly, you're more fluid, but inwardly, you are a stick. What does this do to your psychology, to your imagination, to your inner thoughts? Who is like a stick? Who acts like this? These are the questions you should be asking yourself. What is this stickness awakening in me? What type of character is a stick? imagine that you could speak stick-like a stick. What would the stick sound like if you could speak?
Stop. No.
Stop. What?
You're doing nothing. That's pointless. There's no.
And now start to speak a line from your scene or your monologue as stick.
Why do you keep asking me that? Why do you keep asking me that? Why do you keep asking me that?
Veil for you. Here's a veil for you. And now, the same way how we started to discover the properties of the stick, we're now discovering the properties of the veil. How does the veil move? Its texture, its shape, its fluidity. With the stick, it was rigid and stiff. But how does the veil? Examine its properties. You can throw it up in the air, see how it floats, see how it flows in the air. Good. Examine how it goes in the air. See how it floats and how light it is and flowy. Start to adopt the qualities of the veil now. Let your legs and full body really move with it. With the imaginary body of a veil. Good, Brendan. Good, Jazz. Really allow your legs and full body to imitate the veil. How it moves. Let yourself become the veil through your movement. You'll notice the movements are flowing and soft and light and easy, yielding, quiet. Now allow those soft physical movements to kind of fade a little bit and continue to move like a veil inwardly. Do various activities. Pick up objects. Walk around. Sit. Take a drink of water. With this image of the imaginary body of a veil inside of you. Now imagine that you can speak veil-like. Start speaking that same line from your scene or monologue out loud. And switch back to stick. And continue to speak that same line.
Why do you keep asking me that?
And switch back to veil. And start to explore the ball. What we're doing is exploring the ball, exploring its properties, bounce the ball, explore how it moves, its shape, how it rolls, how it bounces. Start to, as you are exploring the ball, start to adopt the ball, that ball. Imitate the qualities of that ball as you're exploring with it. Let your whole body fully explore the movements of the ball. And once you have the essence of the ball, let the ball go and start to explore and bounce around like the ball. Roll around like the ball. Roll into things, bounce into things. If you notice that the ball, you're always looking for something to take action. You're always looking for something to take up your action. You're always in a state of active and spontaneity. Spontaneous, active, always bouncing every which way, and rolling every which way. And if you could speak ball-like, what would that sound like? And switch back to veil. Switch back to veil. Continuing that speech from that line, that monologue, scene.
Why do you guys do that? Why do you
Veil.
guys do that? Why do you guys do that? Why do you guys do that?
And switch to stick. Switch to stick.
Why do you keep asking me that?
And switch back to ball.
Ask me that. Why do you guys do that? Wait, what's that? Why do you ask me that?
Switch back to the veil. The veil. You're now the veil inside. And switch back to your eye gaze.